And Barbara's asked if she can say a few words. I will pass her the microphone this time, Barbara.
Good evening. Ben and I are so proud and pleased to be here this evening to accept this award on behalf of DJ. It's been a long time here, and it's just wonderful to see the Brother Rice family and friends. DJ called us on the phone about a week and a half ago, and he asked me to get a pen and paper. I write down a few things that he would like me to read to the audience this evening. Well, I grabbed a sheet of paper and a pen, and I thought it would just be like maybe a little paragraph or two, but was I surprised? It's just a little bit more than that. So here's what he would like for me to say to you this evening. Good evening to Mr. John Gurney, President of Brother Rice, Mr. David Kozlowski, Principal of Brother Rice, the Induction Committee, and all individuals responsible for this prestigious award. Thank you. I deeply regret that I am unable to be present with you on this very special occasion due to a prior business commitment. I accept it with a deep sense of pride, humility, and gratitude. It is a great honor for me and my family to be recognized in this manner. To be selected as one of 6 individuals for induction into the first Brother Rice High School Athletic Hall of Fame is truly an honor. I am extremely proud to be in the company of 2 legendary coaches, Mr. Bill Norton, varsity basketball coach, and Mr. Alfred Casa, varsity football coach. Mr. Michael Popson, a greatly respected athletic director at Brother Rice, and I know that he is sorely missed by all who knew and loved him. My love and prayers go to his family. Mr. Bob Stark, a great educator, my homeroom teacher, and a close friend to my family. Mr. Mike Lodish, my friend, my classmate, professional football player, and all-around great athlete. A class of extraordinary gentlemen. My heartiest congratulations to each of you. There were many people along my journey that helped me get to this day. In the interest of time, I would like to just say thank you to a few. I would like to thank my parents, Ben and Barbara, and my entire family and friends for loving me unconditionally, for always supporting me, believing in me and my dream, and allowing me to be simply DJ. You love the game because I love the game. And whatever I needed, you were always there for me. My dad, my friend, my mentor, my teacher, the man I wanted to be like when I grew up. My dad was a basketball player growing up in the city of Detroit and a fierce competitor. He never, not once, let me win at anything. Whenever I won any contest against him, horse, one-on-one, it didn't matter. If I won, I earned it. One of my fondest memories is when I was about 4. I had always shown an interest in the game of basketball, so when I was 3, my parents had our garage torn down in back of our home and had a regulation-sized basketball room constructed and concrete laid for our court. My dad and I were always playing the game of basketball in the backyard, and like most evenings, we were in the back, and Mom had evicted us from playing in the kitchen the year before. But he was teaching me dribbling, the rules, fundamentals, and importance of the game. And on this particular day, he decided he would teach me to dribble the left. Well, I had no concept of what he was trying to teach me. I already knew how to dribble the ball, I thought. But there was something different about this lesson. Every time I took the ball out and tried to dribble towards the basket, he would cut me off, stand in front of me with his defensive stance, and prohibit me from going to the basket. After a while, I became frustrated and started to cry loudly, a sound that I was sure to bring my mother to the door asking, why was I crying? He answered, I'm trying to teach him something. He'll be all right. Well, this same episode went on for a while, and I finally said, Dad, I can't get by you. To which he answered, well, then go the other way. And I questioned him about that day a few years later, and he explained it to me this way. I did it because everybody can't go that. That was my first real lesson in the game of basketball. Thank you, Dad. I would like to thank my coach, Coach Nicholas Conte, his loving wife Virgie, and beloved family. Thank you, Coach, for helping me to grow spiritually, academically, and athletically. Thank you for instilling within me and others the value of a strong work ethic, a lesson I carried with me to the University of Iowa. You showed me what was required to be a true brother rights warrior. You reinforced qualities in me that my parents had taught me for years. The importance of character, to respect myself as well as others, be true to myself, and at all times conduct myself as a gentleman, on and off the court. I'll never forget learning your description of me after our first meeting. A pudgy little kid with a Tootsie Roll around his waist. You and I always had a great student-coach relationship, which I value to this day. My teammates and I always knew what you expected from us. Good sportsmanship, a commitment to excellence, and to always do our best, win or lose. And we tried never to disappoint you. We learned early of the enormous amount of pride associated with being a brother rights student athlete and to always carry a winning spirit. Thank you, Coach Connie. Brother Grimaldi. Brother Grimaldi was the principal when I entered as a freshman in the fall of 1981. In his introductory speech to the incoming freshman class, he told us and our parents that they were sending boys to Brother Rice, but Brother Rice would send them men back, and he kept his word. I would like to thank Mrs. Lois Gerardo. Mrs. Gerardo worked with Brother Grimaldi in the principal's office. She was a great, great lady and a friend to all. I lived in Detroit, and my parents would drop me off early at Brother Rice before classes began, and then continue to work. Mrs. Gerardo would be at her desk working when I arrived. She knew my parents dropped me off early and invited me to be her, quote, assistant, to help out in the office before classes began. It was a pleasure working as her assistant, and I would like to thank Mrs. G for allowing me that opportunity. And last but not least, Brother Briette. Brother Briette was my freshman basketball coach. He and his coaching staff gave the freshman team a glimpse of what it was like to be a brother rights warrior. That was the beginning of 4 wonderful years of education, spiritual learning, and growing as a young man. And yes, there were many, many days of fun. It was an introduction to the good times to come and a memorable experience. Thank you. And that concludes my list. Thank you for your indulgence, and may God continue to bless each and every one of you in his own special way. Thank you.